All right, and we're live. Pete's Packs here with our first official stream. So our first non-test stream. Today we're just hanging out, putting Ukiyo-E lands in from Neon Dynasty into perfect fits, and then booking those up. So seems like I've managed to figure out the bugs with chat, get that all figured out, and yeah, just hanging out, doing some stuff I need to do, and using the implied social pressure of somebody potentially watching to stay on task. So when Neon Dynasty came out and they showed the full art Ukiyo lands, I decided that I was going to pick up. Well, originally I was going to try and pick up 100 of each. I did not get that many. Wanted to make sure that I had as many of the foil ones and the non-foil ones as I could get my hands on. And I ended up with quite a few. I think between I know I have more than 20 of each. I don't know more specifically on that, but we will find out during this how many I managed to get my hands on. So there are 2 different arts for each basic, so that's a total of 10 basics. And they come in both foil and non-foil. If we make it through the foils, I've got another book for the non-foils that I will be doing the same thing for. Now, I do have 16 copies of each already booked up in this smaller four top book, and I will be likely taking them out of that because it looks not quite thick enough. So if you see the stream, come hang out, chat about Magic or anything else. Yeah. Got a brand new binder for Neon Dynasty lands. Probably should have gone with a pink or cyan one, but had light green as the next in the stack to be used, so that's what I ended up using. So there are 20 pages here, so that would be 18. That means I can have 32. No, that's not right. 36 each in this book without having to double pack any pages. So hopefully that hopefully that's enough space for everything that we have. Seems like I finally got the lighting mostly dialed in. Isn't that just lovely? Full page of those lands. So I know I have another 16 of this foil that are in the book there. I'm not sure if I have the full 36 of this one. We will see. And if not, I'll pick up some more. These imperfect fits are what kind of perfect fits? Those are top loaders. No, we don't do top loaders here. We do side loaders. Oh. Yeah, those are going to have to come out of their perfect fits into proper side loaders. If they're even in perfect fits. Some of these appear to be in penny sleeves. Yep. Oh man. Yeah, some of these are in penny sleeves. You know, I bet those were sent to me in top loaders because I don't even keep top loaders around. I only do side loaders. And I've only been buying side loaders for several years now because I do not like the top loader perfect fits. Okay. Yep. Dang. More top loaders. That was in a penny sleeve. It's also in a penny sleeve. Reuse penny sleeves where appropriate. Means for something else. Because these are all going into side loaders. These are so pretty. Okay. So we've got 18, 20, it's like 28 of the first one in foil. Okay. This is in a penny sleeve with a top loader perfect fit. Upside down. That's so annoying. There's just something very zen about this. It's very relaxing. Even if some aspects are a little annoying. Isn't that lovely? Probably use those for a trade binder, since I don't intend on keeping these. Or not, I do intend on keeping these. I don't intend on trading these, is what I meant to say. I still have a set of case of set boosters to open for Neon Dynasty that I have not gotten to. So that is a whole thing. That one is very miscut. Just hanging out. All right. Oh, stack. Might as well grab the islands while I'm over here. Excuse me. Slight hiccups. Okay. Ooh, what's that? Is that some kind of occlusion? Hmm. Apparently something got stuck in the sleeve when it was being manufactured. That one goes in the trash. Alright. 17, 18. Okay. We have 6, 7. This is a pack of 10, I think. It's 10. So that's there. right. So that's 27. $28. $29. And I've got 1, 5, 6 more. Going to be 1 short. Hmm. I thought I had picked up more of those. I wonder if they're just over in the tray and I don't know it. All right, need to grab some more side loaders. Chat is completely dead. Okay. Our packs of side loaders. So I generally use either Ultra Pro or Dragon Shield side loaders. I really like the KMC hard side loaders, but they are a real pain to get a hold of in the US. So I generally don't use them. Or at least they're a real pain for me to get a hold of in the US. I used to have a really good supplier for them, and then that just kind of dried up right around the pandemic. Hey, Florida boys, how you doing? Chat has been completely dead on the last couple streams. This is the first official stream, though. That's not a test stream. It's just a Hangout stream. But I think I've got the lights dialed in at this point, and I think I have my mic mostly dialed in. I'm not getting big red zone spikes, so that seems like it's good. So felt like it was time during the during the test stream this morning, I got my editing computer put where it's going to go. Still need to actually turn it on and test it and get everything hooked up, but soon I'll be able to actually edit videos. Oh no, dude, it's all good. So in this one, I am finally getting my Ukiyo-E lands, or Ukiyo-E, I think. I can't remember the exact name. Lands put into perfect side loading perfect fits and into books. Um, it seems like I have less of them than I thought I did. Like I know when I started buying them, I had the plan of getting 100 of each, and it seems like I got maybe a quarter of the way there before I got distracted by something else. Probably the new Capenna lands. This is probably what I got distracted by. But I do still have a case of set boosters for Neon Dynasty, which you can pull these in the set boosters or the collector's boosters. The collector's boosters are just guaranteed to have at least one in each pack. Which is another reason why I'm surprised that I don't have more, because I opened a case of collector's boosters. Any knee? I don't know what that means. Oh, any new products? Um, anything new? Jeez, one sec. I need to clear my throat. Anything new in? Got some secret layers that have come in. Uh, I did the um, I did the one complete bundle I was able to get my hands on. That video went up, I think, last week. Newer than that though, nothing jumps to mind. I've got a pre-order out for Commander Legend or Commander Masters. Yeah, I was only able to get one. My LGS got allocated 12, so they had to put a buy limit of one per customer on it for the first night, and they literally sold out in the first 10 minutes. Like the only reason I got one is I called ahead and they had held one for me. Because I keep an account with my LGS that has like an obnoxious amount of store credit. Um, damn it, that is the wrong one. Yeah, I keep an obnoxious amount of store credit at my LGS, which they're generally not super happy about. At one point, I had like five grand in store credit built up because most of the time I just don't use my store credit, and I get I get bonus trade-in value if I get store credit. I was about to do it again. It's the waterfall land is the next one. So these are from a set. I bought a full set of 10 of all the lands from one vendor in Japan. Excuse me. And they all came together. I could have sworn I bought more than this. Yeah, tournament money. Yeah, I placed pretty well in a few 1Ks and 2Ks that they had at the store. Um, and also just for a little while, I was trading in draft stuff that I knew I had more than two playsets of, but that was pre-pandemic. Um, Modern Masters 2015, I think it was. The second Modern Masters. So 2015 or 2017, I can't remember which one. I think it was 2015. Um, I got 3 cases entirely off of store credit, and I barely put a dent in my store credit. They were so mad about it. I mean, they weren't mad about it, but they weren't happy about it. Let's put it that way. And I think Masters 20, yeah, it had to have been Modern Masters 2015. Um, because I ended up doing the same thing for Iconic Masters and one of the others. Does my LGS do standard? Yeah, that's normally the format I play at my LGS. They do standard, Pioneer, and Modern, and then occasionally they'll have other things. Like they have a Commander League that's on, I think, Thursdays, and they've got like a D&D League on Wednesdays. They're not open Monday or Tuesday, which is a little inconvenient sometimes. And then they have Pokemon on Saturdays or Sundays, something like that. And then they run, yeah, they have Pokemon on Sundays, and then they run Magic events on Saturdays. We used to do, excuse me, we used to do drafting on Wednesdays, which I really miss because I love drafting, and especially in paper. Um, Drafting online's whatever. I mean, it's fine, but I prefer it on paper because I don't know, I have to actually focus when I'm doing it on paper. Standard is really rare near you? What area are you in? I know you told me before and I just can't remember. I mean our standard FNMs even post, even after the pandemic crash of standard, we still get between 20 and 30 people for standard every week. We used to get between 40 and 60, if that tells you anything. Upstate New York, near Albany. Yeah, we have modern too. Um, Although a lot of the guys that were doing modern have switched pretty much to Pioneer. Um, we still have, between 8 and 16 people for modern most weeks, and then we have around 10 to 12 people for Pioneer these days. I have modern, Pioneer, and standard all built right now. And then I've got a couple of pauper decks. Yeah, I've got some friends that live up in Albany. Um, Actually, the owner of the LGS that I went to when I was growing up, or the former owner of the LGS I went to when I was growing up, lives in Albany. He's a really great guy. He and I have been friends for over 25 years at this point. Okay, so we've got 16 left. Yeah, I mean, New York's nice. I miss getting to play. I miss getting to play Legacy and Vintage, which I did a lot of when I was living in Pennsylvania. I'd either play in Pennsylvania or I'd go to New Jersey or I'd go and play in New York. Um, there used to be a big Legacy event twice a year in Buffalo, and then there was a smaller one in Albany. Oh yeah, this was 15 years ago now. It's been a minute. Um, like extended was still a format when I was going there. You've never seen real paper modern? There should be they should be playing modern in paper uh, in Albany. Um, unless you meant legacy. Yeah, paper legacy just is rare these days, which is sad because I don't really have a whole lot on Moto for legacy, and then Arena doesn't support legacy. No, no, it's good. Also, standard is with an A, not an E. You're not dumb. So there are no dumb people, only dumb actions. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the definition of dumb. Historically, it meant unable to speak, but that is generally considered kind of ableist. But what in the heck? Oh, we actually have a side loader sleeve on something. Oh, that's shocking. Most of these have had top. Yeah, that's a KMC hard side loader too. You can feel the ridge on the side. Yeah, I don't have to re-sleeve those. Oh, see, that's the thing too. You're on your phone. Like almost no one types well on their phone. I say all kinds of goofy stuff when I'm typing on my phone because I try to go fast and I don't really pay attention to what I'm saying. Um, but yeah, modern again. We get between like 8 and 16 people for modern these days. We used to have 70-person modern F&Ms at my LGS, but that was pre-pandemic, and it has not recovered since the pandemic. That's really sad because there's a lot of really cool people that I used to run into that I just never see anymore. I don't know what, you know, I don't know if they've moved or if they just don't play Magic anymore or what. But I also, was working in a different city for 2.5 years, so I don't know what and all happened to the crowd pre-pandemic. Commandered. Yeah, I mean, like, I've tried to play Commander. The problem that I run into is I build really competitively, and I generally get to play like when I'll build a Commander deck and then I'll get to play it once or twice. And it's not for lack of trying. And the level of support that Commander has gotten at the expense of other formats for the last few years, I have found really frustrating. Especially since there's this notion that Commander is the most popular way to play Magic, which I disagree. Like realistically, the most popular way to play Magic is kitchen table jank. That's the way most Magic is played, outside of competitive formats. And I just can't imagine that all of that has shifted to Commander in the last, you know, 10 years or so. Okay, so we've got 27. They have 31 of those? Doesn't seem right. I sworn I had more. I wonder if I have a stack of these in the 3K for Neon Dynasty. I bet you I do. Yeah, I don't know what I would do without my computer, considering that's how I make a living, is working on computers. And I have a disability that makes it a little difficult to work in person. Doesn't make it impossible, but it definitely makes it uncomfortable. Uh, I I have pre-ordered some of the Lord of the Rings stuff. I'm I'm not happy that they have a one of one. Like that just that really gets on my nerves that they did that, because only one person's ever going to be able to get it, first of all, which is I disagree with that. Um, Sorry to hear that also. Uh, I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Um, but yeah, like it's a neat idea, but having seen what happens when something is super scarce with Magic, like if somebody pulls it at an F&M or something like that, they're gonna get robbed. Um, in almost any place, and it's either going to, if it doesn't get pulled immediately, it's going to cause the price of those collector's boosters to just skyrocket. Oh, dude, no. It I've had it my whole life. It's just it's normal to me, but it is it's just my normal. Nothing to feel sorry about. Um what was I saying? Oh yeah, so if it gets pulled early, the price of the collector's boxes are going to crash. As soon as it gets pulled, the collector's boosters are going to crash in price, and interest in it is going to nosedive because the speculators are going to dump all of what they have as soon as that happens. Now, with how many people are speculating on it and planning to just sit on those boxes, the likelihood that it actually gets opened starts to go, further and further down. Now, best case scenario, a non-speculator is able to get their hands on it. Yeah. Yeah, everything for it is going to crash as soon as that gets found. Cuz that's what's driving demand. And they're wanting like $400 for the collector's boxes. Like what the hell is that about? They really need to go back to actually having a hard MSRP on products, and they need to cool their jets with the prices of things, because even hardcore collectors like me, we're getting burnt out. Like I've been having a hard time justifying the cost of some of these more recent products. You know, I hope a kid gets it, and I hope a kid gets it. He doesn't quite know what he has, but then takes it into an LGS with an honest owner. Like that's the best case scenario. Like a kid gets it, an honest LGS goes there, or an honest LGS owner sees it and helps him sell it for a good market rate. The LGS gets a cut of it, and then that kid has enough money to go to college or something. Like that is the ideal. That's the ideal scenario. And I want to, like, ideally it would be like a Willy Wonka kind of thing too, where a really disadvantaged kid gets it and is able to, have a better life as a result. That would be the best case scenario. But what's probably going to happen is it's going to get stuck unopened in some, you know, I mean, yeah, there is a chance that happens, but it's going to say one of one. It says one of one on it. So hopefully they get confused and ask someone. But yeah, there's a non-zero chance that someone's gonna scum out a kid if a kid pulls it, which is not good. Um, but the most likely thing with how much people are specking on it is that it ends up in some speculator's closet and never gets opened, and we never know what happens to it. That's realistically the most likely scenario, which is also in a lot of ways one of the worst scenarios. Or, and this is my personal conspiracy theory. Um, it never makes it into a booster pack to begin with. Like, I have, well, let me think. So if you're someone that's working at, Cartamundi or whoever's printing for Magic these days, and you know that there is a one of one, um, When I was young, my mom bought me magic cards for Christmas, and then I threw them in a bag and left them in a closet. When I started, I opened the bag and traded the cards to a guy at my LGS and never saw him again. Oh, that's crappy. Yeah, my conspiracy theory is that an employee at Cartamundi will either get their hands on it and sell it to the highest bidder, and it'll never actually make its way into a pack, or they will mark the pack that it's in and then go back and find it later. Like, because I mean, it's worth whatever the market will bear for it. There are already people saying that they'd pay, $200,000 for it, and based on the sales or the pre-order sales numbers that I've seen and the printing numbers I've seen, Wizards is looking to have a gross retail of just the collector's boxes of 440 million off of these. It is one of the rarest cards. There have been other one of ones before. Well, I mean, yeah, Lotuses aren't that rare. I mean, I've got like 14 of them. Like they're rare, but they're not that rare, if that makes any sense. Like go to a vintage tournament and you'll see, a dozen of them or more. Now, a rare Lotus would be like a really bad miscut one or a misprinted one from alpha or beta. That would be rare. Um, or like an artist proof for one, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I've got 3 alphas, 6 betas, and 5 unlimited ones. Most of them I've had since I was a kid. I used to have more. I've actually sold a few. Yeah, I have 14 full sets of power. And then I have another 11 partial sets. And they're only missing Lotus. Oh, that's not true. One of them's missing Lotus, Time Walk, and Recall. Did you not see my 2 playsets of Judge Foil Gaia's Cradles the other day? Here, I'll go grab them. Let's see, did I put those back in the living room? No, they're back in the magic room. Okay, there they are. Yeah, got a playset of normal ones too. Yeah, these are some of the things that when someone's like, oh, I'm a collector, I've got all this cool stuff. I'm like, okay, well, how much of a collector are you? So like, play set of cradles. One of the two places of judge cradles. Second place set of judge cradles. Arena foil city of brasses. These are my favorite city of brasses, but I can't really play them anymore because they've started to curl. $35K is a big collection for most people. And then here's two of my four masterpiece lotus petals. My other two are in, one's in a vintage deck, the other's in another vintage deck. My arena promo, foil enlightened tutor. My two judge promo wheel of fortunes. I've got my other two in the two vintage decks that the lotus petals are in. My arena promo. Actually, are these arena promo or judge promo? I don't remember. Foil intuitions. And not only are they foil intuitions, they're misprinted foil intuitions on top of that. And then my playset of foil retro frame force and negations. So those are some of the things that I pull out when I want to swing my dick around. But don't want to pull out my really crazy stuff. Now my coolest, what I think is my coolest thing is I've got a playset of Nathali dragons that I got signed at Dragon Con in 1994. They're not worth anything, but I think they're super cool. Because they're the first cards that I ever got signed by an artist. Oh, and I apparently have a revised and an unlimited demonic tutor with them for some reason. But my foil Nathali dragons. Or not foil Nathali dragons, my signed Nathali dragons from Dragon Con 1994. I don't know if you can, it'll focus in so you can actually see. It says Dragon Con 1994 on them. Come on, focus, goofy camera. There we go. They're signed by Michael Whalen. Is that 54 modern decks? Yeah, I've got stuff signed by Mark Poole. I've got a Arena promo foil Drain Life in here. My promo Corlash. Some of my miscut and misprinted cards. This is actually a pair together that I pulled in a pack. It's got an ink splatter, and then there's a miss here. This one's really cool. It was an occlusion. So like there was something in between the paper and the printer. I used to have the other part for it, but somebody offered me just a dumb amount of money for it. And and then like these are heavily crimped. Like this giant growth, the crimp goes through the text box at the top. So I've got a crimped promo Aether hub. I've got a hard miscut Scorchwalker, and then I don't know what the other pages in here are for. But yeah, 2 crisp mint demonic tutors. Oh, I remember why these are in here. I used to use these as an example to show people how to tell the difference between revised and unlimited. That's what it was. But yeah, good old Nathali Dragon. Or Nalanthi Dragon? Nathali Dragon. I just call it Nathali Dragon. Yeah, dude, take as much time as you want. I'm just hanging out and chatting. That's the whole point of the stream tonight. Here's something really cool. A semi-sealed limited edition of the Magic 1996 Pro Tour box set. So that is one of my prized possessions. I mean, they're not worth a ton, but it's something that I spent a long time to get my hands on. Because I always wanted one when I was really young. And didn't have the opportunity to get one back then. So I got one a few years ago. But they're ridiculously expensive now. Especially considering that they're not real Magic cards. do, do, do. So we've only got 27? So that doesn't seem right. Oh wow, that's really hard to read. I just noticed that. Let's see, filters. I don't have any filters on that. That's much better. Much easier to read. Okay. I've got more of these that are in my Neon Dynasty box. It's the forests and the mountains. And the Schwamps. So, you know, this one I may have more than what I need. So that looks like more than 16. Yep, that is 15. Right. right, just waiting on chat. Wow, I am way short on this one. What the heck? Sitting here by myself. Just leaving up plans. Sit in a quiet room. So I have exactly 30. That can't be right. Man, I think that is the longest 20 minutes ever, considering it's been 44 minutes. Oh well. All right. Halfway through the mountains. I don't think I'm going to have a full set of any of these. I'm certain that I bought enough. So I bought no less than 3 sets of 10. right, I'm going to step away for about 3 to 5 minutes to go to the restroom and stretch my legs a bit. Oh, I will be right back. All right, and we're back. All right, chat is still very quiet. Let's see. Yeah, it's these. Probably not the most compelling stuff to watch, but this is something I've needed to get done for a while. After this, we'll have the Streets of New Capenna lands, which I have far fewer of. Oh, we've gone through 3 packs of perfect fits. Hmm. All right. I guess one was a partial, but still. Just flip it around. Garcias Fox or Gracias Fox? Thank you. I'm confused. But hello. I don't know what you mean by one question mark, question mark, question mark. But hello, welcome to the stream. Do you play Magic? If so, what formats do you like? Hi. Yeah, I'm sleeving up my Ukiyo-E lens from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Yes, you. We're putting them in side loading. Perfect fits. You play video games? That's cool. What kind of games do you like? I'm really big on strategy games and combat simulators. So, or tactical simulators is another name for them. So, like the Front Mission series is a good example. Or Final Fantasy Tactics, another kind, or Fire Emblem is in the same kind of vein. Yep. Let's see. 5, 7. Okay, then we'll have 6 on the last bit. Oh, nice. That one's already in a side loader. That's a top load. Yep. Oop. That one tried to get away from me. Did I miscount? Hmm. You play Pokemon the most? Yeah, I played Generation 1 and 2 of Pokemon, so uh, Red, Blue, Yellow, and then Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Um, I kind of fell off after Crystal, but I've gone back and played some of the later ones, and I played Pokemon Go for a few years. Um, I really enjoyed that. Um, Pandemic kind of spoiled Pokemon Go for me though, because I started playing when I was living in a big city, and then everything shut down because of COVID, and then it was a lot harder to go out and play. So then I fell off on that. Then I had done pretty much everything I really wanted to do. I completed, you know, most of the Pokedexes, and I completed the red and blue Pokedex, so the Generation 1 Pokedex, um, with both regular and shiny Pokemon. So that was all I really cared about doing. Do you have a favorite Pokemon? Mine is Gengar. That's been my favorite Pokemon since I was a kid. Pokemon Parapara. I'm not familiar with that one. Um, I do have plans to eventually open some Pokemon packs on the channel. I actually have some packs to open. I just haven't gotten to them yet. But my main focus is pretty much Magic. Although I do have some other games and similar hobbies on the channel. .300 Walking Dead. I'm not familiar with that. I mean, I'm familiar with the movie 300 and the show The Walking Dead and the comic The Walking Dead. I used to collect the Walking Dead comics. But I haven't done that in a few years. 300's a great movie. I've probably watched it about a dozen times. Charger Curnito? I don't know what that is. At least I don't recognize it immediately. I apologize, my exposure to most languages is not very good. Oh, it's the Pokemon 3, it's the 300th Pokemon? 300. Skitty? Let's see. Yeah, Pokedex entry 300 is Skitty. At least that's what it's called in English. Um, uh, let's see. The other names for it. Yeah, it's Skitty and yep. Uh, I don't know what that means. Pardon my ignorance, but is that Spanish or French? Like parts of it look French, but I I had 6 years of French between high school and college, and I'm terrible at reading it. And I had like a semester of Spanish, and I was really bad at it. But, yep. Yeah, I don't know if 300 Pokemon is a game or if you meant the Pokemon with the Pokedex Century 300, which that would be Skitty. Granted, I had to look that up. Um, I don't know. I appreciate you being here in the channel, or in the stream, I guess. So I am getting ready to wrap up, though. As soon as these forests are booked up, I will be calling it a night, because it's after midnight here. I'm familiar with Roblox. I don't play it, though. I have a nephew that plays it, and he really enjoys it. And several of my friends, their kids play it. Yes, I'm in the U.S. It is Eastern time here, and it is currently 20 minutes after midnight. And I have been wow, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. Oh, that is a lot longer than I thought I had been. Why are these double sleeved? Yep. I have seen some Naruto. Um, Not really an anime I got into though. It was a little later um, for me. I really got into Dragon Ball Z when I was younger. Um, but my favorite anime is called Naoki Urasawa's Monster, which recently got picked up by Netflix, which is pretty cool. For the longest time, it was extremely hard to find. Um, Having only had one video release, uh, which was in Australia. It's a fantastic series if you haven't seen it. It's kind of like a thriller mystery kind of show. It's consistently rated as like one of the top 10 anime of all time. Granted, most of the lists that I see rank Death Note as the greatest anime of all time, which I disagree with. It is 9:22 where you are, so you are 5 hours ahead of GMT. I think. Yeah, because I'm 4 hours behind GMT. Not sure where that would be off the top of my head. So it's 9:22 where you are. Where are you? Is that like, I think, what's 5 hours ahead of GMT? Like Istanbul? I'm not great with time zones. I used to be a lot better with them when I was traveling a lot, but it has been several years since that was the case. Naruto 55. I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean it's 9:22 in the other direction? Okay, 9:22 p.m. My bad. Okay. Um, so you're on the West Coast. Um, sorry, I've been getting a lot of people in the stream um from like East Asia, so I was a little confused. I thought you meant that it was 9:22 a.m. Um, completely forgetting that it would be totally reasonable to be on the West Coast. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast. I'm in North Carolina. I'm also in America then. Oh, it has been a long day too. I had several interviews for new contracts this morning and this afternoon. So it was my brain is cooked at this point. So do you play any card games or is it just video games? All right, we have cleared the little book. That's cool. Yeah, so part of the confusion is I grew up with 24-hour clocks in the house instead of 12-hour clocks. So I just naturally assume that, excuse me, I just naturally assume that 9:22 is 9:22 a.m. Completely forgetting that that is a perfectly valid representation of 9:22 p.m. It is what it is. Commodores N. Like the band, or is that a show? Or am I way off? I'm probably way off base with that. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't quite comprehend what you're saying. We are to the last page. All right, so apparently I don't have a full set of any of these. 1212.12 caisson. I don't. Yeah, there's 12-hour time and 24-hour time. So, for instance, if it's 9:22 p.m., that would be the 12-hour representation. The 24-hour representation would be 21:22. So 2122. So like 1 o'clock is 1300. 2 o'clock is 1400. If it's PM. Cake. I like cake. Strawberry cake is nice. Or are you saying that's your birthday? I I have no idea. I'm just getting more confused. And there's our last one. All right. That was a slog. we got through it. Oh, that is your birthday. Okay, well that's cool. That's it's a lot of repeating numbers. That's really cool that your birthday is 12/12/12. I don't know what that is. Let's see. I've forgotten what these things are called. Yeah, we got them all booked up. Do a quick review of what they all look like. Okay. Okay. I guess we're that way. Cool. So that's the closest one I came to finishing the set. Still need 5 of the waterfall ones. The crane we need 9 of. The bamboo swamps we need 3 of. The lantern swamps we need 11. That's gonna be fun. I think that's the most expensive land. We need 6 of the mountain with the ghosts. We need 4 of the mountain with the snow. We need 4 of the shrine forest. We need 3 of the town forest. Okay. Very cool. All right. Well, that is it for today's stream. Thank you for joining. I am very tired, so I am going to be going to bed. So, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Okay? Bye.